What is up, guys? The LA Gamer here, and today I am bringing you guys episode 3 of my Chargers rebuild on Madden 17. Now, in the last couple of episodes, you see we got through the first season. The first episode was more focused on the regular season and playoffs, and then that second episode was focused on the free agency and my rookie draft. So now all that is over with, so we're going to take a quick look at this team again, get a quick idea of what we got to work with. Now, one of you guys commented down below that this guy, Henry, was one of the top rookies drafted in last year's draft in real life. And he's a great tight end. So rather than worrying so much about getting a new tight end, I'm going to let this guy do his work. I'm going to let him kind of take over Antonio Gates' role now that Antonio Gates has retired. We're going to work on his awareness, because that's kind of the biggest issue that these rookies have, is just being aware as to what's going on with the field. Of course, it's not the most important thing for a tight end, but I just like having I like it when my players play smart, especially since I'm simulating. Awareness does actually have a lot of influence, because I won't be able to control technically how smart they're playing. So, Keenan Allen is going to be gone for 18 more weeks. Now, I don't know how many weeks that offseason is going to take over, but if he's continuously injured, we're going to have to pick up a new wide receiver, because Rivera is not good enough to be a number 3 receiver. But just quickly look over a few more things. We drafted Bender. That's going to be our quarterback, hopefully, for the future. We did also draft this guy, but he's a third string running back. He's not going to do anything for us. I think the biggest moves we made, I think it was an outside linebacker that we drafted, right? Yes, Alan McCree is the top guy that we got, and he should be a total beast. Now, it's been a couple of days since I played this, so if you guys are curious, we'll have to relook at everything, that's why. But I think we're done with this season. I don't think there's any real reason to adjust the roster or change any positions or anything. I haven't really thought about doing anything like that, so I don't want to be too hasty. But a lot of you guys were telling me to turn injuries off. I have mixed emotions on this. Like, I want to turn it off for the sake of the fact that it does make things a lot more difficult when a guy like Keenan Allen gets injured for like multiple weeks. That obviously kind of ruined our season. But I feel like it adds a lot of realism too, because if they never get injured, that just kind of ruins a lot of football, and a lot of the planning that has to go into football is planning for injuries, because it's a very heavy contact sport, and if you take away injuries and stuff, you take away a lot of the aspect of having to build a strong team. I understand that there's a lot more to it, but I feel like it would take out a lot of the realism, and it would it'd make my path to the Super Bowl too easy. And I really do want to make this as difficult as possible. And also, turning injuries or keeping injuries on may even end up benefiting me. And that's because what if other teams lose some star players and we don't? Then in the end, we'll actually be benefiting from it. So those are all my reasons that I think I'm going to keep injuries on. And I hope you guys are understanding of that. But either way, we're going to work on Jason Verrett's press. He's our top cornerback right now, so I want him to actually be able to press up against the top receiver on the other team, especially considering that he's not the biggest guy in the world. I believe he's about 5'10". 5'11", maybe 5'10", not the tallest guy in the world, so we need him to be able to throw the guys off their path a little bit if we want him to be successful one-on-one against the top receiver. So now we got all that over with. I'm not gonna play a preseason game. We're gonna sim through preseason. Now, if you saw there, it appears that Keenan Allen will be out for 8 weeks, and if we're putting all this math into consideration, that means he should be back around week 5 of the regular season. So we got about 4 games where we need to worry about what we're going to do without him. I'm going to look into free agency here once the simulation ends, maybe try to pick up a better receiver if there is one, and see if he can manage to hopefully do a little bit of work for us through a few weeks of the regular season, because I don't really feel comfortable with Rivera as a number 3 receiver, especially because we have a rookie quarterback. I really want him to have as many options as possible, and I think one way of doing that is by just kind of bolstering our receiving core. Next year, I'm intending on drafting a receiver with that first overall pick, because I really want to have a receiver to build around with this brand new quarterback. So let's make sure everybody's doing all right. So we got Bender still. He's just making sure he's healthy. That's the main thing. I want to make sure he's healthy, feeling good. Let's see, upgraded player. Let's work on his awareness. Now I want to upgrade him as much as possible, because I want him. Although he is a rookie, I want him to have a great year. I want him to be a star in his rookie year, and I really want him to win that Rookie of the Year, because that will earn him a lot of XP, which we can really use right about now. So, where is Keenan Allen? Okay, he's over here. Let's see what's going on with him. 4 more weeks. Okay, so yeah, he'll be back by week 5, I believe. What else do I want to do? I felt like there's something I wanted to do with all this. I wanted to get a new receiver. So let's go to free agents. Let's check what we got on the receiving core. Doesn't look like there's a lot of talent here. No, there really isn't. There's a lot of rookies. Are these guys who are already signed? Oh, he's on their practice squad. Okay, I see what's going on. These are rookies, though. He's 5'9". We got a 6'6" player here. He's pretty fast, too, for an in-zone player. This guy actually is not bad when you look at the stats. I don't know what makes him such a low overall. We'll just sign this guy. 1.82 million. That's not a whole lot of money. Oh, well, we're below cap space anyway, so never mind. We're not going to be doing that. I liked him, too. I liked his stats. I would try to free up cap space, but that's a lot of work, and I don't want to release any guys, because I don't know how many. I think we're just, like, barely having enough guys right now as it is, to actually make it through the season, and have backups, so I don't want to try releasing any more guys, because that might end up messing things up a lot in the future. So, we're just going to sim week by week. I'm not going to be as in-depth as I was last year. Let's go 3 weeks at a time, and every 3 weeks we'll look back at the 3 previous weeks that we played, take a quick look at if we won any games, which games we won. We'll look at the stats of our players. Obviously we have a few rookies, so I'm mostly curious as to how they do. But I think this Chargers defense could be really, really good. Let's see. We've given up, I mean, we're doing alright. I mean, we lost back-to-back big injury decision. Let me see what's going on here. High chance of re-injury. No. How long is he injured for? No, I don't want to bring him back too early. We're going to start the backup. And our backup's not bad. Dwight Lowery's not bad. He's just like 7 overall points lower. He's not a bad safety, and I don't really want, I definitely don't want to injure or re-injure one of our better defensive players. So we're going to upgrade the quarterback real quick. Like I said, I really want to do this as much as possible because I really want him to have a good year. He's 80 overall now. I think a lot of the games that we're going to win is going to be built around how he plays. So, because we don't have much of an offense right now, especially with Keenan Allen injured. I think once he gets back and once we have him getting accustomed to this new quarterback, we'll be able to start winning games. But right now we're 0-3. So it's going to be a process, guys. Now, I haven't decided completely, but I want there to be like a set time limit on how long it's going to take me, because I don't want this to take 30 years to rebuild. So I think after 10 years, if we haven't won a Super Bowl, that's when we just kind of call it quits, and that's where we'll just say I was unsuccessful. So here we go, guys. Shaquem Towns. We're not going to need to look at this guy. Let's look at this wide receiver, Mike Ivy. What type of player is he? He is a balanced guy. This guy is a red zone threat. He's 6'5". That's the most impressive part. He's 6'5". So if he happens to have a little bit of speed to him, he could be like a Calvin Johnson. Then we're definitely going to have to pick him up. We don't even look at quarterbacks. Let's look at all these wide receivers though. 6'3" is a really nice height, and he's a balanced receiver too. That's actually really nice. B+ catching, B spec catch, B- release. That's really good. Let's look at this guy, John. I'm glad this is a draft class with a lot of wide receivers, because that's really what I want to get in this first round. I really want to have a guy who can like play across from Keenan Allen and really be successful. So a lot of wide receivers here. I was gonna look at a running back too. See what type of running back is he? He's a speed back too, with I really like speed backs with high juke move, high carrying, high ball carrier vision. That's really good news for me. There's a nice running back there. He's definitely the top running back in the class, it looks like. But we're gonna make sure we're gonna keep on top of everything, try to make sure to read all those draft stories and stuff, because you really never know who's gonna end up busting out in the college season, end up not being that good. So we're gonna have to wait for that. This guy's really good too. B+ catching tap. This is really good. He's a possession player though. That's why his catching so good. I don't know. Possession players are alright. I believe Keenan Allen's actually a possession type of what's it called? Wide receiver. Now we got a lot of guys we need to re-sign. I think I want to negotiate these two guys right now. Verrett is definitely a guy I want to negotiate with. We're gonna give him a lot of money, especially now that I know that this game really likes to screw you over. Yep. Okay, so we got Keenan Allen. That's the thing, guys. I'm gonna have to give him way more money than they actually want, because I know this game likes to cheese you a little bit. Now I like Attitude a lot. He's really young. He's talented. I wouldn't have minded getting a left-house linebacker in the draft, but I don't want to waste a draft pick when I can just re-sign this guy. And we got these guys both for quite a few more years. Then all this guy. Basically our whole entire offensive line is on expiring contracts. So that's kind of a scary situation. We're going to try to get back as many of them as possible. So I really don't have to deal with losing my whole entire offensive line. Because that would really screw me, especially because I have a rookie quarterback. I'm not trying to get him injured. So after this week, we're going to go back and look at the stats right now. And just kind of see how everybody's doing. I'm mostly curious. There we go, left side. Henry Bender's 3 touchdown passes gave the Chargers a 27-24 win over the Raiders. So Henry Bender appeared to have a good game. Really happy to see that. And Keenan Allen is now back. So we have a pretty nice receiving core now. Keenan Allen, Travis or Tavares Benjamin. Which one is it? It's Travis Benjamin. Why am I thinking Tavares? I think there might be a guy with that name somewhere in the league. But this guy needs to work on his release, it looks like. We'll just max out all of that. Is there anything else? No, he's 80 overall now. We might not need a receiver if we have Travis Benjamin. He's really good. That's the thing. He's really good, so we might not need another receiver. I'm just feeling like we should get one. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them do the auto upgrades to the players. We have a lot of players that need to be upgraded. And I don't know. I don't really want to do all of that right now. So, improve team. Or no. How do you do this? How do you do it so they auto? No, I don't want to trade. Oh, Dak Prescott's in there. 76 overall. That's actually really good. Where is it? What I'm looking for? It's going to be somewhere in here. I'm just totally missing on it. My team. It's not Team XP, is it? Is it? I feel like that's something else. Wait, okay. Oh, I see. Now they're telling me these are the things I should upgrade. Oh, okay, I see. I can do auto upgrades. There we go. My bad, guys. Now I know that for the future how to do it. So let's look real quickly at. We're obviously 1-3, so we're not doing that good. But let's check all the stats in general. I won't go week by week. But let's see. So Henry Bender's 7 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, 61% completion percentage, 968 yards for 4 weeks in. That's really impressive. Only been sacked 6 times. Yards per attempt 7 point. He's actually doing extremely good. What's his QB rating is 97.5 as a rookie. That's awesome. That's actually, I'm so happy with that. Let's see what else. Rushing. Oh, it's actually our third. We haven't really been rushing the ball at all, but it's actually our rookie running back who's doing the best here. With, I mean, it's 2.5 average yards per carry. We're not running the ball at all. We need a running back. We are not running the ball at all. No wonder we're having issues. Top receiver. Our receiving game is not that great, but it looks like our quarterback, what's his face? I'm gonna need to remember his name, but he really likes throwing to his tight ends. They have 6 of our 7 total passing touchdowns, and our rookie running back is the other one. There is no receiver touchdowns yet. That's kind of weird too. Our team is playing really weird in general if you're looking at it. And our top defensive player is going to be Alan McCree with 34 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack. I'm actually really happy with this. He's our top defensive player as a rookie, and then our top offensive player, I would say, is Bender. So we have 2 very, very good players right now that are rookies that we got in the first round last year. So now let's just sim to midseason, because that'll get us like another 4 weeks. And it'll just make things go by a little bit quicker. Obviously, I go really in depth with this first season, so that's why. I mean, all the videos are going to be pretty long, guys, I have to admit, because I really, really want to rebuild this team. I really want to go very in depth with it, and I hope that's something you guys don't mind. I think, if anything, it's something you guys should like, because I want to keep you guys as included to everything I'm doing as possible. So that's why I'm not doing a lot of editing, is I really want everything I do to be very, I want it to be like, I want you guys to be very involved in my decisions and my my moves. So now we're going to upgrade Bender once again. Let's just make sure that he's continuously getting better. Work on this awareness. Didn't maintain an 80 overall. Once we get that awareness, then like a 90, he'll probably be like a mid-80s overall player. So I'm not too worried about it. So before we do anything, we're 3-4. Our division sucks, so we're actually in a playoff spot right now, just because of how bad our division is, which is something I'm really happy about. Our Bender's not dropped off, but he's not doing quite as good. But that's okay. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It's something I'm really happy with at midseason. He's on pace for about 25 touchdowns this season, which is something I'm really happy with, actually. A 90 QB rating, that's actually so good for a rookie, so I'm not worried at all. Our best running back is still Tavares Martin, and I mean, our running game needs a lot of work. That's all I'm going to say about it. When you guys look at this, our running game is awful. We're on pace for only like 1,000 total rushing yards this season, and that needs to be better. Receiving wise, Keenan Allen's come back. He's made a little bit of a name for himself. He's averaging, what is he averaging? 106 yards per game. That's very, very good. So he's played 3 games. That's 106 yards, or averaging 106 in each of them. He already has a touchdown. Hunter Henry has 3 touchdowns. He's obviously one of our best receiving options. And Travis Benjamin and Tyke Jr. are maintaining themselves as pretty good receivers. Now in the defensive end of the ball, Corey Luger, however you want to say his name, has 12 TFLs and 9 sacks at midseason. That is phenomenal. So we are going to have to really hold on to this guy. With 2 forced fumbles already, he's doing phenomenal. Alan McCree's doing a great job too with 3 TFLs and a sack and a half, but not quite as good. Then Joey Bosa's not nearly on the same level as he was last season, but that's okay. He's probably just having a down year. Either way, I'm happy with him. I'm happy with Alan McCree. Okay, so now let's focus on some of the scouting. I'm going to look at the players I need to renegotiate with real quick. Just want to make sure that I want to definitely get Fluker back. Bushrod, I mean, I don't want to give him a lot of money, but he's not looking for a whole lot, so I'll give him this. Slauson, he wants a little bit of money, but he's a good center. We'll give him his money. Oh, he's not that interested in it though. And then DJ Fluker I'd really like to have back, so we'll give him a little bit extra money because he's young. That's the main thing. He's young. Okay, sadly Fluker was not happy with the bonus, but we're gonna go back and check out the college players. Actually, before we do this, let's look at the news surrounding these college players. I want to see if there's anybody who's been dropping off, anybody who's doing really good. Because usually the people that get in the news in this stuff are usually players that you want to draft, because it's usually they usually have some influence. So let's see. Draft stories, we have 6 right now. Auburn's game ended last night in amazing fashion when left and Oscar Sayers blew up the line and forced safety. It's always great to see one of the big guys like Sayers make a pure effort play late to win the game. Sean Sproles tore his groin away from the bone. Should be a relatively quick. Okay, obviously he was being sarcastic. So a torn groin to their top right linebacker Sean Sproles is too much for Missouri to overcome. And a left guard apparently did a good job. Okay, well it looks like Sean Sproles, maybe he's going to drop off the board a little bit because he got injured, but that's something I might be able to take advantage of. So let's see, where's his draft stock? Haven't been placed. Oh. He's not even in this year's draft. Okay, so he's just, maybe he has influence for future years. He's a guy that I could possibly pick up. Main thing I want right now though is a running back. So, because our running back is awful, or I mean our running game is awful, so I want a top-notch running back, and I think this guy could be it. Deron Barner, he's going to be a late first-round pick, so hopefully we have a good enough pick to get him. But either way, that's what's going on through week 8. So we're going to try to get to week 12. I'm going to actually send 4 weeks at a time at this point. Let's try to get through week 12. And actually, we should do some more scouting. That's what we should be doing. Let's look at some more running backs. See if there's anybody else that really impressed me. Here's another speedback out of Alabama. He's actually mid-first-round talent. So he's actually really, really good. That's the funny thing. Mid-second round talent. This guy's not good. Well, these are multiple running backs that I've just looked at who look quite good. Speedback right here, 5'10". Mid-third round talent. And balance. So what I'm going to have to look at now is these 2 running backs. I'm going to look at their athleticism and make a decision off of that. They're both speedbacks. Wide receivers, let's look at some 3rd round guys, some guys late in the draft. This guy's not that good. Let's look at a red zone threat. He's 6'4". No, he's not that good either. Or a speed player here, 5'8". He's not good either. None of these guys are good. Route runners, no. Possession player. Oh, he's got good catching stats, but he must be awful at other things because he's projected undrafted too. 5'10" speed receiver. That's pretty good height. Not very good stats though. And there goes all our points. So we're gonna get through week 12, and then we will actually look at more stuff, more scouts, more stuff like that. So I'll see you guys at about week 12. Okay, for some reason my game glitched and simmed all the way to week 14, even though I canceled at week 11. It just kept going and going and going. So we have actually dropped off the board ever since we had that playoff spot. We have been 1-4 since the last simulation. So we are now actually the worst team in our division, which is kind of bittersweet. It's going to give us a good draft pick. Let's see, we're actually the 4th projected draft pick right now. So hopefully we can get a top 10 pick, and it looks like we are. As long as we don't somehow win the last like 3 games of the season, last 3 or 4 games of the season, which is unlikely. So we're going to look real quickly now at the stats of what our team is doing. And it looks like Henry Benders was 3rd in the league with passing yards, so he's doing a phenomenal job. 3,400 yards, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a 83.8 pass rating. That's not bad. It was not as good as he started, but that's okay. Our running game is still absolutely horrendous. Receiving wise, Tegan Jr. is having a phenomenal year. Keenan Allen came back to have a pretty good year, but he kind of dropped off the board. But mainly Tegan Jr. is doing phenomenal, so I want to keep him on board with this team because he's doing a really, really good job this year. And let's see, Henry is doing a good job too, with about 500 yards right now. Defensively, we have Denzel Perryman, who's doing a great job. Corey Luget now has 13 QB sacks. He didn't he didn't quite keep up to the pace that he was on, but that's okay. Jason Ferret has 6 interceptions, 120 interception return yards. Any touchdowns? 1 touchdown. So he is doing a great job. I'm actually really, really happy with that. 6 interceptions right now. Because he had 0 last year. He did awful last year. Then let's see, Joey Bosa has 7.5 sacks. So he's turned up the heat a little bit in the second half of the season. Allen McCree has 84 tackles, 3 TFLs, and 7 QB sacks. So he's doing a phenomenal job as well. So I'm not too worried about anything. I'm really happy with how these guys are playing actually. And let's work on these guys' stats a little bit. I'm really hoping that Bender is the top player for Offensive Rookie of the Year. We're going to look at awards here in just a second. I feel like he probably should be because he's doing a really good job, but you just never really know. So where's awareness is here. And he's still at 80 overall. Okay, so we're going to start working on some other things. And let's see, so awards would be under stats actually. Let's see, awards and yearly awards. Let's go to, do we have anybody? No, our record is not good enough to have anyone even close to an MVP bid. We're in the AFC. Let's see, do we have anybody up here? Henry Bender is 5th for Offensive Player of the Year, so I have to assume he's the top Rookie of the Year candidate. Defensive Player of the Year, we have Luget, who obviously is deserving of it because he's doing a great job. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bender is the #1 option here. David Webber was another guy I wanted to get, actually, funny enough. And Tavares Martin's 5th somehow, even though he's not doing that good of a job. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Allen McCree is 2nd behind Stuart Wooden, which I don't understand. This Wooden guy must be really good. But McCree's having a great year, so I think he could have a chance of going back and getting that #1 bid for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So we'll scout some college players real quick. We should have a top-notch pick, so let's look at some guys. I wouldn't mind getting a great receiver, but I think the most important thing that we need is going to be that running, or one of those running backs. So if I'm lucky, maybe I'll just get a wide receiver in the first round and get that. I don't know why I scouted that guy, but maybe get that a wide receiver in the first round and get this guy, Lester Colquitt, in the second round, or maybe in the late first round. I could maybe trade some picks to try to get him. But I don't even think I have my second round pick, to be honest. Pretty sure I traded that. So let's look at middle linebackers. I think we might also need that. Let's look at actually what, based off this, it looks like we need middle linebackers. We need a strong safety, and we need defensive tackles. And well, let's see. This middle linebacker's not even good. None of these middle linebackers are good. Come on, one of these guys has to be good. This guy is good, Jamie Gomes. And let's look at strong safeties now. Hopefully we can get a good one late in the draft. That would actually be a major score because I don't have that good of picks right now. That guy's not bad. This guy's apparently not bad. And this guy's not bad. Daryl Mickens, he's from USC too. I love USC players. Just because I'm a USC fan, to be honest. let's sim to the playoffs now. And once we sim to the playoffs, we'll have an idea of basically just how our team did. Obviously, we'll know what our pick's going to be, and then we can start to actually set up our draft board around that pick. And then after we look at that, we'll look at stats, and then sim through the playoffs, and then we'll call this episode. We'll just finish the episode up there. This has already been a pretty long episode, just trying to get through all this. I'm assuming that we're 4-8 now. I'm assuming we're going to finish 6-10. I think we win 2 more games, lose 2 more games, then we'll probably get like the 8th pick. So I'm projecting 6-10, 8th overall pick. And let's see what we end up doing. I'm probably going to be off in that projection, but it's worth making them. Come on. Okay. Marcus Mariota is MVP. What the heck is going on? Oh, I was actually fired. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to go back, and I'll re-sign with the Chargers. Don't worry. I'll probably have to retire and create a new guy, to be honest. If you guys are curious, I probably should have turned off that stuff, because getting fired after the second year kind of sucks. I don't know why I'd get fired, actually. I made a pretty nice team, to be honest. I ended up drafting some really nice rookies. So let me, actually, I'm gonna retire, and I'll be right back, guys, with a new coach apparently for the Chargers. 1 second. Okay, guys, so I am back in this. We ended up finishing 5-11, so I was 1 win off of my projection. We will have the 5th overall pick behind the Redskins. Redskins, 49ers, Jets, and Buccaneers. 5th overall pick is not bad. I mean, the top 5 pick is amazing. I mean, not in the sense that we obviously lost a lot of games, but we'll be able to get a pretty nice player with that pick. Now let's look here real quick. Henry Bittner finished with 4,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and 85 QB rating. I mean, 4,300 yards in your rookie season. That is actually really, really good, so I'm really happy with that. The main thing is we need a running game. I think the reason he has so many passing yards is he didn't ever have to really... We never ran the ball, so... he was able to just throw the ball all day long, but he has a lot of points right now, so we hopefully should be able to upgrade him a lot. So the play action, I want to improve the running game, so I want to improve his play action, improve his medium accuracy. His deep accuracy is important too, and then use the rest on awareness. I think that should be good to go. He's now an 84 overall, and that's great after his first season to go up 7, or I think he went up 6 or 7 overall points in 1 season. Hopefully by the next season he can be in the 90s overalls, and that will be a really nice setup for future years if he can end up being that good. So now we're gonna work on Alan McCree real quick. We're gonna work on his awareness. Oh, his awareness is bad. That's gotta hurt. We're gonna work on that. He's 84 overall now. So we got 2 84 overalls that were rookies last year. So that's definitely nothing to complain about. We are going to send through the Super Bowl, and after that is done, we will call it an episode. And we know we have the 5th pick. So right now, just so you guys know, before the next episode, right now my idea is we're probably going to get that a top-notch wide receiver in the first round, get a wide receiver with the first pick, and then hopefully try to get that running back who's projected for a 2nd rounder, try to get him early in the 2nd round and see if that's possible. But that'll be the end of it for now. We'll actually leave it off on the Super Bowl, so next episode you guys will actually see who the Super Bowl champion is. Right now it appears the Jaguars and Saints are in the Super Bowl. I don't know what's going on anymore. These teams suck in real life, but that's just funny. It's just funny that those are the Super Bowl teams. Last year was really funny too. It was like the Titans and some random team. I don't remember exactly, but either way, that's the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I could do to make it more interesting in the comment section below. And lastly, subscribe if you haven't already to stay tuned in this series and other series I got going on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.